sorry. Let me clear my throat so I can properly host this fucking thing. I'm joined here with Liam and Paul and Dan, and I think we should just fucking jump into this.
Let's do it. It's gonna.
Right. We got some big names in this guy. We got Keanu Reeves. We got Al Pacino, which is really the reason we're watching this, and Charlize Theron.
Ooh.
It was directed by this guy Taylor Hackford, and he did other things that are not really
like notables.
He did that Ray Charles movie.
He's married to Helen Mirren.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah. That's his claim to fame. Also, one of the writers wrote Rogue One.
Wow.
And the Bourne series.
I guess that was before the, George Lucasization.
Yeah.
They saw his Devil's Advocate script and they were like, "You're in, dude.
You're in."
Dude, we love this.
We need you to bring some of that to our Rogue One movie. It'd be really funny if Rogue One just had a bunch of weird, sexy devil scenes. Al Pacino doing coke.
Oh, man. I would love to see that movie.
You're never going to.
I'll just make it in my head. All right. Let's fucking get started. We got 2 hours and 23 minutes to go.
I'm sorry, Barbara, I was wrong. It's huge hog beast. This is your handwriting, isn't it?
Yeah. Let her burn.
Mr. Getty's class.
It's a joke.
He's a huge hog beast. He probably eats 1,000 pancakes for breakfast.
Piece
Got
of
him.
shit.
You're ready to hear about Mr. Getty's, aren't you?
It was meant to be a joke.
Pack it up, baby. Take a drink. Jeannie, listen to me now. I've gone the extra mile here with you on this. I'm trying to work with you. But they're going to be looking for that payment, and if it's not there, they're going to repo the car, okay?
Is she a debt collector?
Let me guess, it's not my idea, right?
She's a mob.
She's a
mob boss.
She's a repo man.
So I can get her off my back. What'd he say?
Let her sweat a little.
What a fuck outside this church.
Leviticus 69.
When do we talk about money?
Money? Yeah. That's the easy part.
We'll take it. At 1,400.
You made it! I thought you said it was impossible.
I thought you said it was important. Go get him, man! Cut that shit down! You know what they're doing over there? That's right!
Haben die so Lizenzen oder Sie haben sie nicht? Nein, noch nicht.
I'd like you to meet Kevin Lomax. Kevin is from Florida. He's new to the firm.
Kevin, nice to meet you.
What was this, fucking Chekhov's ginger?
God, girl. You haven't met him yet?
No bedroom.
Where's he sleep?
Who says he sleeps?
Where does he fuck?
Everywhere!
What's up, John?
Jesus Christ.
John, you got a great eye for talent. You know, you're the master, but I just don't see this happening.
I want you on board, Eddie.
Is Alexandra moving furniture?
She's moving the couch. That's about
He
it.
has a point here.
Jesus.
Man's our client.
He's a business.
We know him
I'm
better
just
than he
I'm
knows
ripping ass
himself.
over here.
The inside track. I want Kevin to tell. Whoa, there's Pam.
Whoa!
It's a phone, buddy. Come on.
He gets so excited over the smallest things.
Why is there like a Wendy's like hot lamp outside of his
That's
apartment?
what I was noticing that too.
Wow.
Was that a lighting choice?
Stop.
They can hear me. I don't care! I don't like it here, Kevin. Kevin, my God, I mean, I'm seeing things for Christ's sake!
You just left him in the store.
Yes!
Look, calm down.
No!
Mayor!
Oh my god.
Bert,
That's escalating
She's actually
so
still
fast.
drunk.
radical thing to do. Add to that a couple bottles of wine.
No. It wasn't the wine, Kevin. It wasn't the wine.
It wasn't
or
the
my
wine.
hair.
Won the wine.
It wasn't the wine.
I know that's what you're gonna say.
I would hate for her to get in trouble.
I'll tell you what, Melissa, let's talk to her first. See where she stands and take it from there.
I'll make sure Melissa gets down in the car.
Thanks, Pam.
The southern accent's just not there.
I know him. He's a
Just
difficult
gone.
man, but he couldn't kill anyone.
That's why we're
New York changed him.
Yeah, yeah.
Get some! Yeah, you
Babs is from Georgia Tech. Hey, your neck of the woods. And there's Tiffany. New additions. Good evening. Where are you from? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Michigan.
How'd you know? Oh my goodness! How did he know? It's so
Oh my god. Charlize?
Kevin?
God.
What are you playing with? Huh? What are you playing with? Oh God!
Please. Baby, there's
She's in a different movie.
there is no blood. It was a dream.
She really fucking is.
It really is. Poor Charlize.
I'm calling the doctor. I'm gonna get you some help.
They took my ovaries, Kevin.
What?
They took my ovaries! They told you right here!
Marianne, it was a nightmare. It didn't happen.
You're gonna leave me, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, babe.
Yeah,
Glad we're
I
on the
think
same page, though.
I think so.
Okay.
You're in a different movie than me. I don't want to.
Yeah, I have to get back to my movie.
You're really bumming me out.
Listen to me. No, you gotta listen to
Listen,
me.
listen. The B plot line is over. It's coming to an end.
The deep plot line's over. It's done.
Even the bee's honey takes on the metallic taste of radioactivity, and it just keeps coming. Faster and faster. You gotta pay your own way, Eddie. It's a little late in the game to buy out now. Give me your watch.
What? I like this watch. You think you're just gonna have to try and take it?
Your belly's too full, your dick is sore, your eyes are bloodshot, and you're screaming for someone to help. But guess what?
Is she watching this?
No one there.
No.
You're all alone, Eddie. You're God's special little creature.
Yeah, it's just outside of her window. Is that really what's happening?
It seems like
Maybe
it.
it's
yeah.
true. Maybe God.
She just witnessed the murder and just closed the window.
From like the 16th
Maybe let us all
floor.
down.
Why did you do this? What am I gonna do, baby? What am I gonna do?
Melissa Black.
What am I gonna do, baby? What am I gonna do?
Now, this might be a good.
fuck?
What are you offering? We negotiating? Always.
Great ass.
Yeah!
Yeah.
What are you offering?
Almost.
What
Start
was
doing that
that?
now.
Everything. Anything.
Why?
It's no great ass.
Great ass!
Why is he shirtless? Who was that?
It was all right.
I
It was all right.
didn't hate it as much as I thought I was going to. It was,
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's not like the
It was-
worst thing,
But it's not the best thing.
but it's not the best thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine. I think there was just like I said before, like there was a lot of random or not timed out things correctly. Like I didn't think Charlize Theron. I think Charlize Theron's, just her like freaking out, just kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like that was just so abrupt. Like I kind of wish that they added like little subtle elements of her like slowly freaking out and then build up to that point.
Yeah, all the emotional pacing beats were just like
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
rushed.
that's the best way to
And-
say it.
Because they needed to make room for Al Pacino getting head at a nightclub, flamenco nightclub or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing I always complain about when you have a movie that's like approaching 2.5 hours or longer. It's like you have so much time to hit the beats that you're trying to get to, and for some reason they always feel rushed, not earned. I was reading a lot about like the actors' involvement with this project and how like a lot of different names were like attached to it and stuff like that. I think who was supposed to direct it before it was this guy? It was supposed to be well, while I looked this up, I remember seeing that Keanu wanted to do this movie so that he could have a chance to work with Al Pacino. So that was like why he wanted to do it. And Al Pacino didn't even want to do it. He like wanted someone else to do it. And then after it got passed around a lot, he ultimately just ended up doing it on the condition that he could have like a bunch of monologues and stuff.
That was Joel Schumacher.
Joel Schumacher, yes.
Yeah, Schumacher, yeah.
Really?
Yep, he was supposed to do it originally because this is based on a book, I think, that came out in the early 90s.
Yeah.
And
Oh sure.
So who else was going to be the devil?
so they talked about a totally different cast with like fucking, I know Ed Norton. I don't know if he was going to be the devil, but he might have been Keanu's character.
Well, I guess Pacino turned it down
Yeah.
a few times and suggested Robert Redford or Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Robert Redford could have been cool.
So the movie opens up with that court case in Florida where our main character Keanu is a lawyer, and then you learn that he has had this winning streak of being a lawyer because he's been listening through the vents of the bathroom at the public courthouse. He hears the prosecution side deliberating, or not deliberating, like discussing their case and stuff like that. So he's married to Charlize Theron, who is initially kind of presented as, I thought they were both lawyers because she was acting the same way that he was. Like they had the same personality. I felt like they really presented it like they're like, birds of a feather almost, like totally different, like on the same page about everything, same kind of lifestyle mindset that's like the vibe that you get. But then later on, as we'll get to, she is very sensitive about being in New York, and she really is like affected by not being back home at this like more simple life. But I never got the impression that she was like a simple life kind of gal from the way that they introduce her in the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning, they were like doing shots, and he like bites her ass on the dance floor.
Right, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And just even the way that she's talking to her like clients or whatever on the phone. And yeah, so you were saying you were trying to look up what her job was.
There's nothing. I couldn't find it.
That she's something. She might be a repo man, but we're not positive.
That's what she said in the film. She said, "I'll go back to repossessing trucks and cars."
Right, but she didn't strike me as a repo man type character. The way she was dressed and stuff
No,
that.
I don't think she shows up with a crowbar or whatever to like steal people's vehicles.
Right,
in overalls.
Yeah, maybe she's like she works in the office. Maybe she's a manager. Maybe she's I don't know.
Right.
It seemed like she was important enough to have a cell phone in the year 1997. So
that's a good point. Yeah, so he gets approached and then gets the offer to go
by Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, by Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson comes through.
Yep. To
like imagine a bigger universe.
Can we have a special mention of the racist joke that they told? It was very brief, but they did tell a slightly racist joke.
Yes, yeah. Because he doesn't believe it's for real that he's being offered this position in New York.
Right, and then he specifically mentions this guy being black. Yeah. And that was the whole joke. It's just that he was black. So I mean, I don't know. Is that funny? Was that funny in 1997?
Well, it was 1 year after Demolition Man, and I just want to recall some of those racy jokes.
Oh yeah,
with, Wesley Snipes.
Everyone was playfully racist.
Yeah, yeah,
definitely.
Yep.
Yeah, he was like, they sent a black guy and everything, or something.
Yeah.
We want you to come to New York. Help us pick a jury.
Tell you, man, pretty damn good. The card is great. And the black thing, you being black, whose idea was that, Paul? Because that's just brilliant. I'm just not drunk enough yet to fall for it.
Okay, so he goes to New York. They're in Trump Tower. I think they actually shot in Trump Tower for most of the movie, like all those scenes, and like the penthouse and stuff like that. So they move into that apartment, and then this is where the plot starts diverging, and you have your A plot
almost entirely.
Yeah. So you have this B plot where Charlize Theron is decorating the house, and that quickly escalates into this like whole thing about their relationship falling apart and how he's never around, and how she's losing her mind. It doesn't belong in this like city life, I guess. And also, did they ever explain all the demon people?
Not really, no.
They didn't even mention it.
But I guess
nobody ever mentions it. I mean, Charlize Theron was scared that it happened, and then Keanu saw something very late in the movie, but like nobody talks about it. Nobody like is like, hey Al, have you seen this shit? And he's like, oh, it's great. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Nobody says anything about it.
So there's a bunch of demons that don't get explained in this movie, and the first time we see one is part of this B plot thing where Charlize Theron is slowly losing her mind, and all of the women friends that she makes that are in this circle of lawyers and stuff like that as well. It's revealed that they're like demons or something, I guess, and they just spook her. Because ultimately they're trying to like scare her off, I guess. They never really explain why they need to get rid of her. It was more just like, hey, you wanna oh, well, because he wants him to fuck his sister. I get it. Okay. Anyway,
that was the whole arc, man.
I'll just run through the whole arc of the movie in a nutshell here. He starts as a Southern lawyer, loses the accent.
Takes a little getting used to.
Gets it back.
Yes, thanks.
Learns that the devil is his father.
My father?
and then watches his wife lose her mind and kill herself so that he can fuck his sister, but then has, I guess, a clear conscious decision to be like, no, I don't want to do this, and then kills himself, wakes up back at the beginning of the movie. Did I miss something?
Essentially.
No, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's,
And somehow that's 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I missed all of Al Pacino's monologues and getting head at dinner parties. So
Yeah, why was it so long? I'm trying to remember. Like, what
well,
happened?
Well, let me. I wrote down like the major plot points, I guess.
Who was Weaver?
Yeah, Weaver just comes and
Weaver
goes.
He came in for like one scene and died.
Yeah, he's in
He
it
was
for
in
like
one
5
scene
seconds.
and he got hit by a car.
Yeah, it dies immediately. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
so that wasn't really
so,
anything.
So he shows up when Keanu walks out of the funeral. He dumps tons of exposition and then immediately is removed from the whole story.
Yeah.
It's
And
perfect.
this movie also does a lot of like from Al Pacino's the whole free will thing, right? Where it's like, well, free will, I have to you have to make these decisions on your own type of thing. But then he could just go run over a fucking guy from the Department of Justice with a fucking car and manipulate things that way. So it's like, what is it? What are you really saying, movie? You know,
Or send you back in time.
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
Kill yourself.
Yeah, how is that free will that he just sends you back in time? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he gets this new case, jury selection, and so the other attorneys don't take Keanu seriously, but he's like, I got this. It's the juror, this guy, this lady, and this person. We need to get rid of all them. And he's like, well, that's my top pick. And who is this guy? Gets all frustrated, and that guy has like one scene, I think, after this, and that's it. It's just another random character that doesn't do anything.
That's the goat killer.
Yeah, the goat killer.
So
guy.
no, so
But there's a
we're still
case
talking
before
about
that.
the very first
what
one.
happened to
So
him?
yeah,
Well,
he just helped out with the thing, and then he goes back to see Charlize Theron in their hotel, and she's just like chilling out, eating chips in front of the TV or whatever, and he's like walks in all dejected and pissed off, like, oh, they only took 38 minutes or something, and then he's like, I fucking won! And he just starts acting like a fucking madman, and she's into it. She's like, oh, this is fucking great, and they're like super happy together, and we didn't see anything about the case.
Okay.
We don't know anything about the people. They glossed over all that.
Right.
They just needed to show Keanu proving himself to this new environment.
Also conflicts with the idea that he's only successful because he was cheating on those other cases. So which is it? Is he? That's why I was so confused. Like, does he have the devil helping him, or is he that actually good? Because
none of that is really resolved.
Back in the opening scene case, where did he get that note page from that she drew in class that was like making fun of the teacher, the girl that's on the
I didn't explain that at all.
I just
pulls it out.
Yeah, I just feel like I blinked. I'm like, wait, where did he get? So that's why I was so confused. Like, does he realize that he's being helped, and he's just like, yeah, I'm the shit, I like that kind of confused me, because he seems oblivious that Al Pacino is the devil for most of the movie, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like, everyone knows except him.
I mean, he kind of did the same thing in Dracula, where he goes and lives at Dracula's castle.
You're right.
And then he's like the first 20 minutes of the movie is him ignoring
all
Gary
the
Oldman
red
being
flags.
Dracula.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're totally right. Even when Gary Oldman fucking flies up and assaults him at the dining room table, he's like, that's odd.
Odd.
Maybe that's why they were driving Charlize Theron insane.
Why?
To try to influence him into believing in the devil, and then they're like, all right, we just have to have her kill herself in front of him. Nothing's working. He is so stupid. He's not getting it.
I don't know what else to fucking what else we can do.
Yeah.
I obviously clearly was using making him hallucinate with him and his wife.
Yeah.
Against with his sister.
Yeah.
That, yeah. Or the whole, she's in the church and she takes the blanket off and she's covered in scratches.
Okay, so let's
bruises.
talk about both of those a little bit. So there's a sex scene with Charlize Theron where he all of a sudden starts seeing what we ultimately find out is his half-sister, the redhead, the one I was calling Chekhov's Ginger. She is like cutting back and forth with Charlize Theron during this like weird trippy sex scene.
Also, like right after the fact that she was just having like a little bit of an emotional breakdown, like fucking
Charlize
screaming and
Theron.
things like she was just like just literally freaking out, screaming, and then is like, "Let me suck your dick."
So they go to this big dinner party scene up somewhere in the penthouse, and at a certain point, Al Pacino tells like Keanu and a couple of their guys, like his like kind of head captain dudes, to meet him up in Al Pacino's penthouse all the way at the very top. Gives him a key, and then he supposedly, I guess, disappears for 3 hours from the party. Doesn't tell Charlize Theron where he was going. So the next thing we see of her is that she's home, crying, horribly upset,
extremely drunk,
drinking something like Johnny Walker. He comes in, he's like, "You're not gonna believe what just happened. We just found out like there's this triple homicide case with this big blah blah blah. That's why I was gone. It was my boss, blah blah blah." And she's just like, "Fuck you, I'm done," and then fucking storms into the bedroom or something like that, and then leaves.
Like she sees the demon chicks for the first time.
Yeah, and he doesn't believe her.
Yeah. And then she's like, he's telling, calm down, like the neighbors are gonna hear. He's like, "I don't care, baby.
I don't care!"
Yeah.
And like she like freaks out, mental breakdown, and he like gives her like, he's trying to console her, and then out of nowhere they just start fucking having sex.
Yeah.
Which like threw me the fuck off. I was like so thrown off.
Which leads to like the sex scene, trippy switching out.
Yeah, like the whole like interchangeable between him and the redhead chick.
Yeah.
They were just like going back and forth, and it was also really funny to watch like Keanu being like, "God damn it, you're my wife," and then like it's like, "Oh yeah, it's the redhead chick, yeah, this is what I want," and then like, it's my wife.
Yeah, he was so disappointed when it switched back to Charlize Theron. He's like, "Oh God."
Yeah.
And then it's just a downward spiral from there. But then she like just goes from like 0 to a fucking 100 after she sees another demon thing. I mean, sort of understandably so, that like, okay, I'm seeing demon things and no one believes me.
I remember like they like his mother came into town, and they were like having dinner or whatever, and they were in the elevator, and he was like, "Okay, come upstairs to the penthouse," and he was like, "No, not tonight." And then she was like, "Is that why you come home late every night?" type of deal. And he was like, "Oh, don't," like, she was like trying to accuse him of cheating and stuff like that.
Yeah, like was he sleeping with other women?
I don't think he was. I don't think at that point he wasn't. No.
They never insinuated that.
I don't think he ever did.
No.
Like he thought about it.
Yeah,
like, he thought about it specifically with the redhead chick, but like never really acted on it.
He wanted to, but I don't think he actually.
No,
they were consistently showing him, hitting the books and working with a bunch of staff like late at night. They harped on that in this movie.
So really, I mean, ultimately, the next thing is that she, all of a sudden, she's in that church scene where she has the blanket wrapped over her. I feel like that scene comes out of nowhere. Oh wait! Before that, we have the window scene where she's looking throughout the window, getting, I think, ghost raped. I
didn't see the ghost.
No,
rape.
so in the church
how
scene,
did she get all cut up
mentions. That's never explained.
Yeah, we don't see that.
I don't think
in that church scene, she's like, "Yeah, Al Pacino had sex with me. I think I may have consented, but I'm not 100% sure. I wanted him to stop, but he didn't. And yeah, we did that like today, like a couple hours ago." Yeah. And Keanu's like, "Today, you did that today with him today?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "He has been with me in court all day.
Right.
There's no way that he did this to you." And she's like, "Oh my God, you don't believe me. You're going to leave me." And then she stands up and she's, just like shit got wild right there. And there was very little explanation for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then I forgot there's a scene where she's like home alone and she goes into the room and there's a fucking naked baby.
Oh, that's right.
The ovaries.
There was like a dream, and there was like implied alcohol use and maybe prescription drugs.
And that's the same scene where she like starts like bleeding from her like uterus or whatever, because she's like, oh, they stole my ovaries.
They took my ovaries.
Yeah.
I forgot about that scene.
And,
Yeah, me too.
Again, kind of like doesn't believe her for the whole movie.
And now
Yeah,
Pacino's like, I don't know what else I can do to convince this guy that I'm the devil.
Your dick is sore, your eyes are bloodshot, and you're screaming for someone to help. But guess what? There's no one there.
So can we talk about that scene real quick? Because this
I'm
scene,
also a little confused as why they killed him.
Yeah, I'm like it seems like he was covering up for some crimes or whatever. And why did you have to kill him? Like, does that hide the evidence? Does that make all the files go away? It was that part was not clear. The lawyer guy gets killed in the park.
Yeah.
So first of all, why is he jogging? Why has he got the headphones on? Why is he going the wrong way down the path? Why did he pick like that afternoon? Like he went and said something to Keanu Reeves. They had like a little exchange, and then he goes off jogging. Like, wee, here we go. And he just goes off.
It's really funny. Yeah,
And
he
then-
just,
and
It
then
was really funny the way
he just turns around, just bolts. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
And,
alright,
and
see ya.
okay, great. He's worried about his health. Okay, sure, great. And then Keanu Reeves goes up to the penthouse, sees the boss, and then the boss makes this big philosophical speech about, you know, the nature of free will and God and good and evil and all this bullshit. And as he's doing this, he's somehow orchestrating this murder happening in Central Park right outside the window.
Well, so that guy was doing the like the shredding papers and stuff like that.
All that stuff was very, very non-specific, because when Fed guy chases Keanu down the street, he's like shouting all this information. Oh yeah, this thing in Asia, they deal in radioactive waste and toxic sludge. It's just like this laundry list of awful, terrible things that you could be doing with a law firm. They were doing, and he's just telling Keanu all this shit, and Keanu didn't know any of this stuff.
Yeah.
And then he promptly exits the movie, but it never was like explicitly showed. They just like talked about it, like this thing is happening off screen, and they did that with a lot of these pieces of it. Like it's like, oh yeah, there's all this really evil shit happening. Like, we're not gonna show you the evil shit. We're not gonna, we're not gonna have a scene with it. We're just gonna tell you about it. We're gonna tell you about it like here, and we're gonna tell you about it here, and then you're gonna, help some weird voodoo guy get off, and then you're gonna help an awful person, and then you're gonna help a murderer get off. Like, they just keep escalating, but it's, for the most part, it's never explicitly showed.
The next part in sort of the plot chronologically is to go back to where we were originally, the goat killing dude. He gets his second case to defend this guy who was killing a goat in his basement based on his quote-unquote religious beliefs. And the way that he basically wins that case is that the other lawyer starts coughing a lot and can't stop coughing to object or anything. So, I mean, he does kind of win over the jury with, like, an argument that, like, religious beliefs and all that stuff, and you wouldn't do this for... It brings up, like, circumcision was kind of a theme in this movie that they brought up 2 or 3 times.
Oh, yeah.
And the prosecutor just starts coughing, and he can't stop coughing, and he's trying to say, like, objection and stuff, and then the judge is like, shut up, and then he just keeps coughing and like can't argue his side. He's like, wait, but he's like, oh. And then that's how Keanu wins that court case. So that's how he wins his second case. Keanu is with the goat killer dude, and then Al Pacino says something to that guy, making it sound like they know each other, or vice versa. I think Al Pacino says something to him.
Yeah.
He says like something like, oh, one of us, or like, something that's like, he's into devil shit, and Al Pacino's the devil. Like that was like the insinuation.
He's like, my man, what's up?
Yeah, something like that.
It was their first attempt to try and hint to Keanu Reeves that Al Pacino's the devil. And Keanu Reeves is just like, what?
Well, no, I think
I'm a really good lawyer, I guess.
Well, I think the whole movie was everyone thought he already knew, and they were really confused, like when he wasn't getting stuff. It's like, you know I'm the devil, right? Wait, what?
What?
Oh, I've been saying this stuff to you for weeks now. What do you mean you don't? Where do you think you are right now? What do you think is happening? Where do you think that note page came from?
Do you know what we're doing? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a lawyer. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a really good lawyer.
I'm a lawyer. Yeah.
You're terrible.
Keanu and Al Pacino are on like the subway or something, and there's two other gentlemen who, one in particular who does not like that Al Pacino is looking directly at him. So he tries to confront Al Pacino, and then Al Pacino talks in Spanish to this gentleman and tells him that right now, coincidentally, so I don't know if he again broke the free will rule and caused this to happen, but said right now your girl is fucking someone you know, and they're doing crack. So how does that make you feel? And describes like the blanket and stuff that they're doing on stuff, and he's like, freaks out, and then they leave, and then Al Pacino's like, haha, isn't that great? And then that's the end of that scene. Again, implying like I'm the devil, right? I just did this, but then he lies to him, and he's kind of plays it off coy.
He's like I told him that you were gonna kick his ass.
Yeah, that's right.
Got a lot of fingers, a lot of pies.
Excuse me. What the fuck are you looking at? Yeah, you. Were you deaf or something? You don't hear me?
Oh, I hear you fine.
Yeah? Then get the fuck out of my car if you hear me fine.
Why? I didn't know it was your car. I'm having a good time here.
Now, I ain't asking you, motherfucker. I'm telling you to get the fuck out of my fucking car then. Shit, jump.
Chill,
man. I'm gonna cut your fucking throat off, man. Fuck that.
Chill. Maricela, su esposa. Il momento che salite dell'appartamento, ella stava arriba con Carlos. Mira, amigo, están en la pipa fumando crema. Están en la cocina compartiendo un jumbo. Y después, en tu misma cama, él se la va a meter por el culo. Y a ella la va a gustar en tu cama verde especial.
¿Cómo? What the fuck you know?
Sande mi vista y póngase el cuchillo donde merece. Go ahead, son. You still got time. There's a train coming the other way. You'll just catch it. You'll thank me in the morning.
You ain't right, man.
Oh, I'm right. You'll see. Invigorating.
What did you say to him?
I told him that if he didn't leave us alone, we were going to kick his ass from here to DeKalb. Look at that. There's a lady getting up from her seat. Come on.
I want to just quickly say that there was a couple pretty cool things I liked in this movie, like really, really brief things, but like some of the practical stuff. There's a shot when Charlize Theron is with the wife of the other guy who initially brings Keanu Reeves into being a lawyer.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deGrasse Tyson, yes. Neil deGrasse Tyson's wife, who's a demon. Yeah. Neil deGrasse Tyson himself, we do not know if he's a demon, but has not
He's
been
another
confirmed.
Character who just kind of like disappears.
Yeah.
He's in the first act and then he's gone.
Yeah.
His wife isn't. His wife's around for a bit.
Yeah, she kind
of
takes over the whole thing there. So there's a shot right towards the end where she's like undressing. She's like, "Do you like my tits?" Then it does this cool shot though where it's all these like hands like kind of under her skin moving around.
Oh yeah,
and I can tell it was like kind of like a silk skin colored bodysuit thing. And then the stuff with the little baby who's like playing with all the guts and shit. Yeah, that looked pretty good. That was like a better of the scenes that
I think it was I think it looked good.
Yeah,
it was like a
the movie looked fine.
Crafted, I guess, or shot. It was
shot very competently for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely.
Yeah.
But
there wasn't like anything. There wasn't anything like that. That was like too zany or wacky. Like it was shot
nothing really stood out as like.
I mean, the only thing was like that green screen, maybe the scene at that party where they're outside.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That wasn't even that bad. That was like.
Oh, and then they had the
That's
scene where
forgivable.
It probably was a backdrop,
Mhm.
just with
They-
really bad lighting for it.
Yeah.
they had the scene where Keanu walks out on the street, and it's just empty for like 10 blocks.
Oh, yeah.
That was great. That was a great shot.
That might have been the best shot of the movie.
I think
you
so.
know?
Honestly, I think you're right.
Yeah.
And like there was
really-
even that one. Then there was like even that one like overhead shot too, of like the same scene. It was like an aerial. It was like a high angle like aerial shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, from like a helicopter, and it was just like all of it's just cleared out. And I thought that was like that was actually really cool too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that was awesome.
The third case that Keanu gets is for Mr. Incredible. He has to
Craig T. Nelson.
coach, and he has to defend him because it looks like he committed, was it like triple homicide?
Triple homicide in his own home.
In his own home. It was his wife, son,
The maid and his son.
and the maid. That's right.
Stepson.
So ultimately, he did it. The
God,
movie
it took
doesn't-
an hour
Yeah.
to reveal that.
Yeah,
Damn,
the movie like
son.
goes back and forth where it's like oh, like maybe he didn't do it. Maybe he was just boning his fucking secretary, and this was just a misunderstanding. That they really kind of convinced me that's what was going on.
Yeah.
And then it's like no, actually he fucking killed them all. There's a scene in between which is where Keanu and Al Pacino are like walking the street, and he's like, I'm gonna choose the case over my wife. But he's like, I don't know what to do, and Al Pacino's just like, well, make them do it. And then the next scene is him trying to convince
like
what
a
was her
mock
name?
trial.
I think her name was Melissa or something. She was the secretary.
Yeah, it was Melissa Blatt.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Lomax.
I call Melissa Black.
What?
Call Melissa Blatt.
He went southern out of nowhere.
What?
Yeah, so that whole case with this triple homicide thing, it just like it kind of is important, and then it like fades into the background, and then it becomes important again. And you don't know how much time is passing, and then ultimately, how does that third case get resolved? He gets him off, right?
So yeah, he calls Melissa to the stand, and then they walk out victorious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what does
Like
she
that?
say?
That's just a cure. It occurs off screen. It occurs off screen, and they just walk out victorious.
That's why I don't remember.
They win. Right. The movie had a couple of good scenes where Keanu got to say lawyer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes.
Like, a couple of office scenes where he's, checking out the Melissa Black. A couple scenes where, that scene where he, like, confronts Craig T. Nelson. He pulls a gun out of his thing. He's like, oh yeah, it was like this, and like he's like, why the fuck are you carrying a gun? How fucking stupid are you, bro? You were about to be on trial for a triple homicide, and you're just carrying a gun in the state of New York. What the fuck is wrong with you? So Keanu got to have like a couple of scenes where he got to like yell at people and be really confident and do like kind of lawyer things. And I mean, he did pretty good considering he usually does pretty bad. What are we gonna say about Al? What are we gonna say about him?
Yeah, I think we can talk about him.
Yeah, so let's
He
talk
was
about,
he was cast as himself in this movie, and that's what he did.
And the thing is, like, if he was getting a blowjob, like, underneath the table, like, he would totally make eye contact with you and laugh. He's like, I'm getting a blowjob.
Classic Al.
Right.
Isn't it great?
I mean, I'm glad he's in the movie, I guess.
It made it more interesting.
Definitely made it way more entertaining.
Yeah.
It should have been a more entertaining movie. Like, it should have been.
Yeah, without him,
should have been a little bit more fun.
Yeah.
Without him, it would have really sucked.
I wish he went even more over the top.
Yeah.
if we're going that route, you know.
Like, I wish he was just like killing people left and right. Like,
but again, that's just it. Is he doesn't directly kill anybody? It's all It's all this you know.
It's all part of the plan.
Like he was doing it, but he wasn't directly doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like definitely planning it out.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, part of me wants more. You know, I want to see him like shooting fire out of his finger and, you know, roasting a guy.
Well, he wasn't. I feel like he wasn't Satan enough. He was just Al Pacino.
Right. But I think, I don't know, maybe somebody thought about the script while they were making it, and they were like, you know what, we're gonna be like, we're gonna have this nice slow burn. We're gonna be very subtle about everything. We're gonna keep it kind of low key. You know, maybe Keanu still has his doubts. He has suspicions, but he still has doubts. And then at the end, it all comes together. And
So
I don't know, it almost did that.
Explain the ending here. What happens at the end of the Devil's Advocate?
So, at the end of Devil's Advocate, not the end of Evangelion.
Wait, that's
Charlize Theron is in this mental hospital. She commits Sudoku. And then he goes to his mom and says, "Hey mom, tell me the rest of that story." "Oh, Al Pacino's my dad." Fucking great. Okay. Let me get a gun and let me go to his office. And then then we have this ending scene, which takes about 15 minutes. And
Al Pacino has a lot of dialogue.
Al Pacino has a lot of things to say. Keanu Reeves has a couple things to say, and the beautiful redhead lady gets naked again. Al Pacino offers him to be the father of the son of Satan. The father.
But he's really the grandfather, because Keanu is the Antichrist.
Right. So in, you know,
but in
it's
this movie,
supposed
it's
to be
like,
the son of
well,
Satan.
I think they're
it's
trying to
supposed
say
be
a pure blood, because the mother is not
something.
Right.
Something. Yes.
We're helping fill in the blanks here.
Basically,
the movie offered no answers.
Al Pacino says, "Hey, I want you to take over this giant evil law firm that I've been building up for decades. I want you to make a baby with your half-sister, so this baby can be the Antichrist and usher in a new era of us being rich and powerful and, you know, evil, I guess."
Sure. Okay.
And it looks like Keanu's gonna give in and you know, end the world, but at the last second he says something about free will. He pulls out a gun and he shoots himself in the head. We get a little bit of a scene where Al Pacino is very, very angry. He is so angry that he catches himself on fire, burning his clothes off. And then he is so angry that Keanu has done this, that the whole room bursts into flames. He kills the half sister.
Yep.
And his other child just murders her right there. Just, I mean, I don't know if she was really human or what, but whatever. And then we get the reset. We get this reset where Keanu Reeves is back in the bathroom, about to go defend this pedophile in Florida, and he's like, "Oh my God, I get another chance, like in that movie." And he goes out there, and then he resigns as a dude's lawyer, and there's a lot of people yelling, and then the devil appeals to his vanity once again and wins. And I guess that's the end of the movie, that the devil wins. I don't know.
Yeah, they really pull what's it called, a thriller music video at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, but doesn't Keanu Reeves knows what happened to him?
Right.
He didn't lose his memory.
Right.
So
That's
like
true.
how is it gonna work? It's not gonna.
So now
how is it
Al
gonna work
Pacino,
out?
I think Al Pacino's just gonna like do things in the background.
But
again, manipulating free will, kind of.
But Keanu Reeves knows the end game is he's gonna try to get him to have sex with his sister.
who's already dead, I guess.
Who maybe
but maybe
might not
isn't
be
dead now.
No, but if everything reset, then
So why does Al Pacino get so angry at the end if he's just gonna fucking reset
why does
it all?
he? Yeah, why does he? Why do we have that? Like I said, it's a couple of minutes of him just.
He was so
really,
close. He was just so close. He's like, now I gotta do it all over again.
Yeah, he's probably
that's
maybe he's
fair.
just frustrated.
Yeah,
maybe
got blue
maybe he's
balls.
done it.
Like
Maybe
maybe
he's done it like
this-
100
maybe,
times.
Like it's like one of those boss levels that you keep getting. You just want to get over it, but you just fucking can't.
Yeah.
And so like this is like maybe his third 300th try to get his son to bone his sister.
Wouldn't that be fucking sick if it was like the Shining ending, where it's like, yeah, you've been actually, this is the 75th time I've almost gotten you to do it, but you keep choosing to side with God, which is now we're really just getting into Constantine here, I guess.
No,
Yeah.
The Matrix.
It's all of it.
Yeah, but I feel like maybe like this would have been
It's
like
all
the,
Keanu Reeves movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
Point
Keanu
Break.
Reeves movies. Point Break. And then he gets so angry that he becomes John Wick after that. Yeah, exactly.
right.
Yeah, there was there was that brief shot of like the angel Lucifer, and like you guys were like completely confused. Like, who the fuck was that? Was that Al Pacino?
And to me, it looked like Keanu Reeves.
I think I looked it up. They made like a life mask combining Al Pacino from The Godfather and Keanu Reeves. Like both of their faces are mashed together.
Oh,
really?
I missed
Yeah.
I missed there's a morph where it
So that's
dissolves
why-
from Pacino to Keanu, but it
That's why it's-
goes
yeah.
like halfway. Oh, no, I guess it does it full, but they put like hair extensions on Keanu too.
Yeah.
That's what really threw me is the hair. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, that's why that face is so weird.
Wow. That's amazing. Yes, some of the effects were not good. Like the joggers running after the guy, where they're like invisible. Do you remember that? It was like an invisible demon jogger.
It was.
Oh, that thing. Oh
And
yeah,
they're
like
like-
what the fuck was that?
And then like they just like
It was weird.
in like After Effects 1.0 type of shit. They're like they speed up towards the screen and stuff.
Yeah, it was the first prototype.
That very last shot where they just kind of zoom in
Yeah.
on, that did not look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last
creepy.
the last scene was definitely like too CGI heavy. Like, don't get me wrong, I actually did like the stone wall in the background moving.
Mhm.
I thought that was kind of cool, especially with
yeah.
the statues. Like that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I
that-
love that.
But
visual effects of that.
especially for 1997, that was good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then like when he like killed himself, he's like flame, and it just like it just looked
Yeah.
really bad after that point.
Yeah, I mean some of that was practical because like
With the stone people.
the people
or
that are
the-
on it, they
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
kinda, like get up and move and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, that looked pretty neat.
Also, if he's Lucifer and that's his true form, implying that he can look like anyone he wants to, why does he look like Al Pacino? It's like, why does he choose to look like an old Al Pacino?
She was in a separate movie.
She was in a separate movie.
It was her own movie.
And occasionally Keanu would come in to visit and say, "Hi, oh."
And he'd be like, "What's wrong
You know.
with you?" Oh,
Maybe like emphasizing her being like this not a party animal, like a very delicate person, very sensitive person, something like that, giving her like a background of not being like a repo manager, but being like a grade school teacher.
She's from Florida. She's a repo manager. She reads books about metals.
What are you reading?
Book about metals.
It sometimes presents him as like having a conscience and stuff like that, and other times he's like totally not, and is very fine with that, or is just oblivious to like how fucked up. Because like I guess like he's like, yeah, I guess that guy was a pedophile actually, that he like later realizes in the movie,
It was bigger.
Like, oops.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think somebody.
He's like
comes
he's
by
watching
to
like
tell him that, right?
yeah. Well, no, he Yes, the Weaver guy.
Weaver dude. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Weaver says it right before he gets hit by that car.
Yeah. So I think the movie's
Right.
going for that he's just oblivious to a lot of whatever's convenient for the plot. He's oblivious to it. I think that's the route that they were going, because they were trying to sell you on that he's doing this all out of free will.
Yeah.
He keeps presenting him with all the beautiful women. He keeps presenting him with all this stuff. It's like, oh, it's free will, and he's like, drawing him away. He's like, oh, you could have saved your marriage with the wife. Don't you know? You just had to love her. You just had to love her, Keanu.
That's what he said.
Mary Ann, you could have saved her anytime you liked. All she wanted was love. Hey, you were too busy.
And then, but in reality, it's him constantly drawing him away, having these late night meetings and all these court cases that it seems like he sets up. I almost got the vibe that he was sort of setting up these situations. I guess I thought that when he it shows that he knows the goat killer dude, that they're into this devil shit, and he's like, yeah, this was good, man.
And he already knows Craig T. Nelson, and when he invites everybody upstairs, he's like, hey, this triple homicide just happened. We have to defend this guy now.
Yeah. Yep.
And it didn't show him. We didn't even meet Coach until after that scene. So
yeah. Yep.
There were a lot of choices in this movie.
Choices indeed. That's what we're here for, boys. We're here for the choices.
Choices for indeed.
There was one thing that made me think of a Neil Breen movie, and I'm trying to think what that
It was the
scene
party.
was.
You said it during the party scene.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. It was just really awkward.
The guy who's just
guy.
being so blunt about his corruption.
Harry, if you keep thinking small, we'll never make any money on you. These parties don't come cheap, you know.
Call him, talk to him, see what they have to say. Just get it on tape.
Well, it's a wonderful opportunity for Kevin.
This is a fucking Neil Breen movie?
Yeah. The guy who wrote this had never been to a party before.
Call him, talk to him, see what they have to say. Just get it on tape.
Isn't that corrupt?
Rating this?
What's our rating system?
God, are we really doing this?
We've done it every time.
If we were gonna give this one a rating system, what would it be?
Well, traditionally there are 9 hells. There's 7 heavens and 9 hells. 9 levels of hell.
I'd give it a 6.5.
6.5 out of 9.
Yeah. Actually, no. Out of 9, I'd give it a solid. Actually, I'd give it 5.7.
Wow. Specific.
Not 6. Just close to 6.
Yeah, I was thinking 5.5 if we're doing points, and I think it should be out of 9 Al Pacinos getting head at a flamenco nightclub.
The reason why I say 0.7 is because the Al Pacino blowjob. That's
because I don't want to give it a 6 because I don't know if it's a good movie, but I did, and it was entertaining. It wasn't completely, and it was well done. Maybe I'll give it I don't know.
I'll give it a straight 4.5 out of 9. Circles of Hell. Al Pacino getting blowjobs at a dinner party. Yeah.
I feel like he even wrote that scene in himself.
Probably.
That wasn't even just acting.
What do you guys think about me getting head at the dinner table?
And that actress was just okay.
It's sweetheart, it's gonna make you famous. It's me, Al Pacino.
It was actually Keanu Reeves in drag for that scene.
That desperate to work with Al Pacino.
I just really wanted to work with Al Pacino for this movie.
It's as he says it.
Yeah. Okay, Dan, what's your rating?
3 out of 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Way too long.
We're ice cold.
Yeah, the length is definitely playing a factor. But mostly it it's kind of just it's just you know it's got a couple
like
of interesting. It's kind of mediocre.
It's like surface level.
It's a little surface level.
Good on the surface, but
there was some creative stuff in there. Like there was like some inkling of like some things where someone's like, "Oh, this will be cool."
There were
and it delivered.
It had like the pieces there. It just didn't execute it the way it could have been.
Yeah, and it's, usually the same old song and dance with Hollywood movies.
Pacing.
Pacing is literally magic, and I think pacing is the most interesting thing in filmmaking. Like editing, pacing is the most crucial and most interesting thing. That truly is a like third eye visionary thing to have. It didn't feel like, I mean, it felt like a 90s movie, but like none of it felt like particularly dated in a way that like, made it unenjoyable.
Yeah.
Sure. And I want to say it wasn't even so much the pacing of the movie overall, but more the pacing of the arc plot beats they were trying to hit. Those were kind of like all over the place. It didn't get the magic. It did not advocate for the devil, unfortunately. Because this has been on the list for a little while. I'm thinking the next one might be Speed, and then the one after that might be Speed 2. I've never seen Speed 2, but maybe we'll do Speed
2.
Well, but I haven't seen Speed in so long.
God, do we have to watch every Keanu Reeves movie?
Oh yeah, that's right.
There's so many other movies. Right. There's so many other actors out there.
What about Point Break?
No. We're doing Al Pacino and Keanu Reeves from here on out.
Come on, man.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that Al Pacino Revolution movie.
No.
There's
no way that'll be worth it.
We're gonna watch all the Bill and Ted's. We're gonna watch Point Break. And then we're
The Matrix.
Wait, can we watch all 4 Matrix movies at the same time?
Yeah,
just put it on one screen and.
We watched The Devil's Advocate, and
I advocate it to an extent.
Yeah, if you want to see Al Pacino be ridiculous, do Al Pacino stuff, and if you like Keanu,
or don't, and hopefully we saved you some time. All right, peace.
Peace.
Bye.